Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back or welcome home. My name is Montana, and I'm so grateful to share this space with you today. I'm rebuilding this sacred channel after it was hacked, and I lost over 2,000 videos and millions of views that I poured my heart into. It's been a journey, but I'm here, rising again and calling in my soul collective to reunite and rebuild with me. So if you feel guided, I'd love you to subscribe, join the collective, and help this channel rise again like the Pynx. I post pick a card readings daily and will begin going live once a week to connect deeper with you all. This is my offering, and your presence means everything to me. Now, how the pick a card works, you'll take a deep breath, place your hand over your heart, and ask, which energy holds the message from my forever person? Use your intuition, not just what's visually appealing. Let the crystal, the archetype card, or the number that you've pulled, you can pick more than one if you feel drawn. Your soul knows what's best, and timestamps will be in the description box. The flame is group 1, agape is group 2, the kiss is group 3, and the bardo is group 4. Is that agape? This is a timeless love reading. Whenever you find this message, it's for you. Now, our theme is Your Forever Person. This reading is inspired by the love story written across lifetimes, whether you're in separation and waiting or wondering if you've already met them. This energy dives deep into their soul. There are not surface level love tales. These are eternal soul-bonded sacred connections. Now, the group selections as detailed would be the Labradorite heart with the flame. This is timeless, mystical, twin flame, or past life fugitives on the run. The Labradorite opens the third eye and ignites intuition, magic, and mystery. It's associated with Scorpio and Pisces and linked to spiritual professions, mystics, seers, and healers. Now, from the wild unknown interpretation, the flame is the archetype fire, the holy grail, the light at the center of our heart and soul. The flame has a life of its own and is fueled by our attention and intentions. It is the flame of purpose that burns in us all. It is our inner fire and creative force. When in balance, it brings health and energy. When out of balance, it could burn us out. Be aware of fire's dual nature. It may burn bright or destroy. Let it burn gently. This is the love that blazes across timelines. Once you've run with it, hidden, fought battles beside each other, and still choose each other again. Group 2 would be the Reiki, Shiva shell, and agape. It's a more high vibrational feel, safe, loving, soul level devotion. Shiva shell is a sacred symbol of divine protection and spiritual flow. It balances the third eye and solar plexus. Connected with Virgo and Taurus, this person may be in healing arts, Reiki teaching, or heart-centered entrepreneurship. The wild unknown interpretation of agape is the essence of life's deepest love. It is a universal, unconditional, and transcendent love that accepts, forgives, and embraces everything. It is the selfless love that heals and liberates. It has no boundaries, no expectations. It is the breath of life, the spirit in all. It exists in all hearts, waiting to be remembered. This love is a sanctuary, the kind you come home to after the storm, the kind you don't question, you just feel. Now, group 3, you have the Solarite peacock and the kiss card. Passionate, fiery, magnetic, love with spiritual lessons. Sodalite calms fiery emotions and enhances clarity and truth. It also helps navigate intense chemistry. It's associated with Gemini and Sagittarius. This person may be an artist, performer, therapist, or traveler. The wild unknown interpretation of the kiss is not just between lovers. It's a symbol of desire, attraction, and sacred exchange. It is erotic and open-hearted, yet can carry the shadow of expectation and longing. It reminds us to explore intimacy, not just through physical touch, but spiritual fusion. The kiss is a doorway to the divine and a return to innocence and trust. This love is fire and silk, sweet and spicy, addictive and divine, a magnetic force pulling you closer time and time again. Group 4 with the Carnelian agate and the Bardo card. Spiritual vows, messages from beyond, or love that transcends timelines. The crystal meaning, carnelian ignites passion and anchors courage. It's tied to Leo and Aries and may indicate someone committed to a spiritual path like monks, artists, grief workers, or twin flame runners. The wild unknown interpretation of the bardo is the in-between, the liminal space between life and rebirth. It is the realm of transition, initiation, and unseen transformation. It is a sacred pause before the next chapter, where the soul processes, releases, and evolves. In love, it speaks to karmic bonds, ancestral healing, or even contact with souls who have passed on. This is the sacred vow, love, a connection touched by the divine or marked by loss, yet deeply rooted in eternal loyalty. We'll now move into the individual group readings where I share detailed channeled messages, tarot spreads, and love interpretations, as well as the astrological correspondence to help you understand the energy of your forever person, their heart, soul, purpose, and your soul bond. Group 1. Your forever person story theme, a mystical love spanning lifetimes, two souls, two old souls, always finding their way back to each other in the dark. As we get started, take a deep breath and allow the energy of the labyrinth heart to open your third eye. This is the connection of fates, of timeless love, a story whispered across dimensions. Let's begin. The card decks included may be in the description box. We have the animal spirit story opening with the nightingale, starfish, and cheetah. This is your prequel, the energy signature of this connection. The nightingale sings in the dark. This symbolizes your person's soul speaking to you across silence and distance, through dreams, music, and intuition. They're a gentle spirit who has learned the most through pain. Their voice may have once been silenced in this life, or a past one. You awaken them. The starfish speaks of someone stunning, attractive, magnetic, but often misunderstood as surface level. Your person may have been desired by many, but seen by few. You are one of the few who saw their depth beneath the glitter. The cheetah brings the fire. This person may move quickly in life or in and out of your life. They are guided by solar energy and purpose. They're here on a mission, and you are part of it. When you met or meet, it was instant, like lightning, like fate, charging the moment. There may have been fame, like literally a singer, someone famous, and the cheetah again clarifies like a lot of attention. And it seems like there's like a yin-yang kind of pull to the demographic when one person is more of replenishing their spirit or their soul, so like they wouldn't be interested in the people that sought them out because of fame and fortune or looks. It's like you are different and saw something deeper in them and fed like their soul, because the career and fans and the competitive market, just really didn't give what you give to them. These three energies together tell a tale of someone grateful, haunted by silence, admired for beauty or talent, but constantly running until they see you. You are the mirror, the song, the calm in their spread. Now, the tarot is the core of the connection. The high priestess. This person dreams of you. It represents your connection to like a psychic bond. And the high priestess was also clarified by the death card and the ace of cups. So you do have that too in collaboration. You might see signs, numbers, songs, or even dreams at the same time. There's deep divine feminine energy here, a knowing without proof. They feel you when you're not there. They see you in strangers. In love, this is a spiritual union. The high priestess in love shows mystery, longing, and emotional depth. Your person may be watching you silently, processing their emotions behind the scenes. With death, there has been an ending or transformation likely in your connection. They had to become someone new to be ready for you. And with the Ace of Cups, this is love reborn. They are falling in love all over again with you, with themselves, and with life. This person's soul is whispering, I am ready to return. I see now, and I remember. The High Priestess is linked to the moon, ruler of Cancer, and the fourth house, home, root, and the soul's safe place. The Death card is ruled by Scorpio, linked to the eighth house, deep transformation, endings, soul contracts, and the Ace of Cups corresponds to water signs, especially Pisces, and unconditional love. As far as timing, you may reunite or hear from this person during a Scorpio or Cancer moon or after a major emotional release. You also have the Three of Swords here, clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the King of Pentacles here. This person is still healing. You may have shared a heartbreaking moment, or they carry pain from their past love lives, possibly lifetimes. There was betrayal or abandonment they never fully expressed. The Three of Swords in love represents heartbreak, third-party interference, emotional pain, and karmic wounding. The Two of Pentacles shows they're juggling emotions, life choices, and responsibilities. Their heart says yes, but their life may say not yet. The Seven of Wands is their soul fighting for this love. Despite obstacles, perhaps they resisted you or denied what they felt. The King of Pentacles shows the end game. They want to be stable for you. This is someone who is mastering their world so they can build a kingdom with you. The King of Pentacles is Taurus, especially with fifth house, romance, pleasure, and creativity. This shows someone who wants to court you properly, even if it's delayed. The Three of Swords energy may have happened during a Saturn return or karmic cycle. And the timing within 3 weeks or 3 months, there's a shift, possibly around a new moon in Taurus or Mars entering a water sign. Now the Starseed Oracle messages, they come from a higher cosmic timeline. The number 22 is on the Starseed Awakening card. You or your person may be experiencing a massive spiritual growth. They've awakened to your soul connection through dreams, isolation, or even ego death. They've been receiving downloads and their gifts are increasing. The galactic remembrance is the past life connection. You've known each other in other realms. You may both be from the same starseed origin, Pleiadian, Andromedan, Sirian. This relationship isn't just romantic, it's mission aligned. You may build something spiritual or creative together. And you have the Cosmic Heritage. That card means your person has been through many lives and trials and initiations. They may have been a warrior, healer, or oracle in past incarnations. They carry soul memories that make love hard but sacred. Now, the psychic vision, dream reading, hidden meanings, this person receives symbols. They may not fully understand them, but you do. They're learning to trust their intuition, and you're the teacher. Now, the Auric Cleansing card right here is like one of my favorite cards. It's replenishment and restoration. After pain, this love brings healing. You're not just a lover, you're their soul medicine. Your story together is a soul level contract. You've likely gone through a separation or distance, an emotional or psychic pull to each other, intense spiritual transformation like death and rebirth cycles, dream time, and telepathic communication. They are awakening now. They've seen the truth, either through dreams, their own awakening, or hitting rock bottom emotionally. They see you as the Ace of Cups, their renewal, their truth, and their home. This love story is one of divine timing, rebirth, and sacred resilience. You are the flame. They feel your warmth even in their darkest moments. Your light has never gone out in their heart. No matter the time, the silence, the pain, your flame remains, and now they are remembering the way home. So thank you guys for sitting in group 1. If it resonates, feel free to leave me a comment. If it doesn't, tell me what you'd like to see on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell as we are rebuilding, and we would love to have you a part of our collective and community. Until next time. Group 2. I loved you before I knew what love was, is the message. This is a group of sacred, patient love, a bond formed from chaos. Group 2, the Reiki Shiva Shell and Agape. I loved you before I knew what love was, is the message from your person. This is the group of sacred, patient love, a bond formed not from chaos but healing. It teaches the difference between attachment and divine presence. Let's begin with your story. You have the Six of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Shark card, which appears when something deep within is ready to rise. Your person may have repressed emotions, spiritual gifts, or truths they never expressed. The Shark is silent, always watching, always aware. Your person is emotionally sensitive and may have avoided love for fear of what it would awaken. But this connection pulls their truth to surface. I've always felt it, but I didn't know what to do with it, is their message. Now, the Six of Cups clarified by the Ten of Cups, Page of Stars, and the Ace of Swords. This love began in innocence, maybe in childhood or from a past life where your soul played, dreamed, and knew each other as pure light. In love, the Six of Cups is nostalgia, past life bonds, sweetness, and soul recognition. With the Ten of Cups, it says this isn't just a reunion, this is your emotional fulfillment. You're the dream come true. Now with the Page of Stars, which is like the Page of Pentacles, it shows the desire to build slowly, safely, intentionally. They want to earn your trust. The Ace of Swords cuts through illusion. This is truth, spoken or unspoken. They know now what this love is. Your zodiac links align with Scorpio in the 12th house and the house of dreams, spirituality, and the unseen. They've dreamed of you. You're already in their subconscious world. Now, the Four of Pentacles is their heart tightly being held, possibly from fear, insecurity, or trauma. The holding back is emotional self-protection. This card reflects a guarded soul, someone who wants love but fears vulnerability, or a scarcity mindset in relationships. But this isn't greed, it's fear of loss. They're learning to open slowly through feeling safe with you. Now over to the left, we have the Eight of Swords with the Two of Cups. And I feel that a part, like it's a feeling of being crazy without you. And though that sounds like awful, I still think it's kind of sweet. You have two tens and a nine. The Ten of Wands. And, that's not two tens. It's the Two of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So one step that led to two that ultimately leads to a completed cycle of doing the work. So that could be why there was time apart. So there was a lesson learned in like codependency. So that this like sweet, innocent, high vibrational love didn't turn into, something darker. Also, it just represents like that even with independence or being single or releasing our self-limitations and having the inspiration to even dream of a return of this lover, that it's pure. And I think that that's pretty cool. Now, someone could be stuck mentally, possibly paralyzed by overthinking or self-doubt. They fear ruining something good, but that's shifting. The Eight of Swords in love is a mental prison, overanalyzing and fear of making a move. The Two of Wands shows that they're dreaming of a future, but unsure how to get there. They're still choosing. With the Nine of Pentacles in you, independent, graceful, abundant, they admire your strength and want to meet you at your level. If you don't resonate with that energy, it's okay. It could also be the reflection of your person. The Ten of Wands shows that they're tired of carrying these burdens alone. They want to release it and open up. You could also feel the same way. You guys got the Two of Cups. The heart of this reading, your person feels a soul level partnership with you. You are mirrors, equals, lovers, and allies. Now, this is mutual feelings, divine partnership, spiritual love, and sacred contracts. They feel it even if they don't know what it's called, and it terrifies as well as excites them all at once. You have some of the Starseed Awakening deck cards, the Spiral of Life, Movement, Opening and Unfolding, and that's so unique because you have the little spiral in the Shiva shell, the heart Shiva shell, the crystal that you chose for some of you. And I think that was confirmation and clarity that this love is a process of becoming. Like a flower blooming after winter, your relationship is opening slowly and beautifully. Every experience between you is a part of this sacred unfolding. Now, the quantum communicator or self-sustaining system sounds a lot like why the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles are here. But you and your person communicate beyond language. There are dreams, telepathy, and gut feelings. This connection sustains itself even though separation could have been in the past. There's energetic reciprocity, and that's happening behind the scenes. So that's pretty cool. Fluid abundance. Love is flowing again. Blockages are clearing. You and your person may be experiencing financial or emotional breakthroughs together that will allow you to come together more freely. Now, with the Arcturian Stargate card, which is peace, healing, gentleness, and non-judgment, this is Arcturian love energy. Advanced, gentle, wise, and healing. Your person is learning to be less self-critical and more emotionally present. You're both stepping into a higher octave of love. Now, the Chamber of Initiation, spiritual gifts, mystery, enchantment, and secrets. You were initiated through this connection. It activated your spiritual gifts, possibly clairvoyance, dream travel, or healing abilities. The love feels magical because it is. It's built on mystery, not codependency. Now, the Agape card is unconditional divine love. It's the kind of love that loves without possession or demand. It holds space, it transcends ego, it heals by simply being. Your person is learning to love like this, to let love in, and also give without the fear of loss. You're showing them that love is not a trap, it's the soul's truth. Your final message, group 2, is, I never thought I would be worthy of a love this peaceful, this true. You showed me love doesn't hurt, it heals. It doesn't take, it gives. You're my teacher, my equal, and my peace. I do appreciate all of you guys for sitting in today. Please leave a comment, give a thumbs up, let me know how it resonates and what you would like to see moving forward on the channel. We are rebuilding, and I would love for you to be a part of our community and collective as the founding members. Until next time. All right, group 3 with the Peacock Sodalite and the Kiss card. One thing that I thought was interesting about your heart crystal was that so many people misinterpret what that crystal is. I saw online that they called it so many things, and when I saw Sodalite, I was like, duh, yeah. Because, I mean, when you know, Sodalite just has this sort of off-white or gray speck-like mixture with the blue, but I love how the green is like sprinkled in it and it looks like earth. With the Kiss card, it reminded me of, what movie was that? I can never think of it, but it was a little girl and they had, is it Luna? Yeah, okay, thank you, Spirit. They had a tradition, and long story short, it's about, one physical person on the earth, or in this story, one person on the moon and then another person just far away or whatever in spirit or just in another dimension. But there was a special moon phase or a super holiday where they could be together for that time being. And so looking at the Kiss card makes me think of that. And that's a very intense feeling, like how Bella and the vampire felt in Twilight. So when I saw the Sodalite crystal, I said that makes sense. And honestly, when I saw the Queen of Wands, when I saw the Kiss card and the Queen of Wands, I said the soda light is very calming and will keep someone grounded to be able to sustain whatever we are about to do. And I will say, group 3, I hope everyone else doesn't peek into your guys' reading and get jealous. But when you got the seal of Metatron, I was like, oh, let me put my boots on. Let me put my seatbelt on and sit down and listen, because I am a huge, huge, huge lover of Archangel Metatron, and all the story behind it, right? But we will get started with your beautiful reading. So put your seatbelt on and put on your boots too. Now, this is the Eternal Spark reignited. All right. Now, the Queen of Wands, 10 of Cups, passion and emotional fulfillment. This queen knows her power and her worth. She magnetizes joy, but she also carries the weight of past heartbreak. It's someone who desires a forever, but not at the cost of their fire. In combination with the 10 of Cups, she's a person who wants vibrant love, one that lets them shine while also feeling deeply safe and emotionally nourished. They were clarified, they were clarified by the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, and the Empress. A story unfolds. Someone lost a dream, a love, or a future they thought was guaranteed with the 5 of Cups, only to be reminded that legacy and rebirth with the Empress and the 10 of Pentacles await them through healing and a new spiritual bond. Now, the 5 of Cups with the Empress, alchemizing grief into something beautiful, something sad becomes sacred. And you can see that as it looks like the little 5 moons fall into the hands of the Empress, and she creates a beautiful flower with them. The 10 of Pentacles with the Empress is a family line or karmic pattern healed through divine feminine energy, and the love that emerges from it becomes generational. So with the Star of Metatron so closely to it, and the rays coming through the cup with the 10 of Cups, it does seem like a transmutation, or like I said, a divine restoration, where someone is, uprooted out of a 3D experience because of their connection with these archangels or ascended masters. It was like, okay, this is your family there, but we are your family here, and it's time to clean it up and get it together. So it's kind of like an intervention, a transmutation, and like divine restoration. So I think that that's pretty cool. That could even be how the Queen of Wands, they share their energy. So I don't want to disrespect the Queen of Wands and say, she could have had a hard time or just been in her more powerful energy, and then, getting into a soft life, blending families after a missed opportunity. That's beautiful. But the Queen of Wands shares the energy of the Empress, and they both have a flower, as you can see. And that's where the Empress has an embodiment of all of the queens in the tarot suits. Her and the Queen of Wands share that abundance and like that ability to be fertile. So I think that that's super, super cool. Even if you don't learn that until later in life, because I see the Page of Swords, and sometimes they could talk about insecurities or just being in search of something, and it's like it's all within. Now on the other side, you also have the High Priestess, clarified by the Hermit, the King of Wands, and that Page of Swords. One or both of you has been in solitude doing the inner work. The Hermit is seeking divine truth. The King of Wands is mastering visions and leadership. The Page of Swords is the curious observer, and together they paint a picture of someone who's studied you, dreamt of you, or searched for the one through mystical means, dreams, and readings like intuition. The combination of the High Priestess and the Hermit is a sacred path, inner knowing, and spiritual call. The King of Wands and Page of Swords, an intense lover, watching from afar, possibly at a distance, or even watching online through dreams. With the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit cards, the Black Egg and the Cosmic Egg, it talks about the truth untold and the hidden power, as well as completion, awakening, and the crown chakra opening. So even if there is some crazy love story that's like partially passionate and perfect and honestly somewhat toxic, it still leads everyone on some soul level And that's what I think is like even more beautiful. It's beyond like soul level, it's cosmic, like quantum. But the eggs speak to hidden sacred knowledge. So you or your person may have past lives in ancient civilizations like Numeria, Atlantis, or Egypt, and your union activates your divine remembrance, which is super cool, by the way. Now we have the Starseed Oracle cards, dimensional planes of perception, portals and possibilities and options. You are from different star systems. A portal brought you together for an integration, and that kind of ties into why you probably have the Kiss card. Now, rescue, reflections, divination, and intuition. Inner vision, your connection is being guided by spirit guides and past selves, and I think that is so cool too. The seal of Metatron, from structure, foundation, and cosmology. Divine missions, sacred architecture. One or both of you may be on a path of spiritual leadership or healing through union. This isn't just a love story, it's a sacred contract being fulfilled. Your union may feel overwhelming, but it is an alchemical flame that transforms shadow into soul. Now, the Queen of Wands can relate to Leo and Sagittarius energy in the fifth house: love, passion, creativity, the type of love that is magnetic, expressive, and childlike. The High Priestess resonates with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, tied to the 12th house, secrets, dreams, karma, and psychic gifts. And if you hear my puppy, he is totally fine. He is spoiled. He hears my voice, but he can't see me. So he's trying to like manipulate me to come see what he wants, which is nothing because it is super late and he should be asleep. But group 3, the King of Wands is in your 9th house, which or is in the 9th house. A philosophical traveler, long distance love, or spiritual student teacher connections. The 5 of Cups in the 8th house is a past life grief, karmic heartbreak, or emotional transformation. Now the storyline summary is kind of like this is karmic chemistry. And you or your person may have crossed many lifetimes, sometimes lovers, sometimes seekers. There's a magnetic attraction between you that is almost unbearable, but it teaches you and it awakens you. This time around, you're here to do it right. You're here to turn sadness into strength, to make a legacy out of longing, and to pour everything you've learned back into each other. In devotion, in laughter, and in truths. So your call to action. If this reading resonates, let me know in the comments. Tell me which group you picked, or which part of the reading that gave you goosebumps or insight. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Every bit helps as I rebuild this sacred space with you. And remember, I post readings daily and maybe going live once a week to pull cards for your questions so that I can get to know you guys. I definitely appreciate you for sitting in. Until next time. Group 4. I couldn't wait for it to be your turn. This is the Carnelian Agate and the Bardo card. I loved it because not everyone here is in a relationship or seeking a marriage. I could have some singles or some deeply rooted in spirituality individuals in the audience. And so when Spirit, had these cards come out, I don't question it, but if it's off a little bit, I always be like, Spirit, you remember what we're doing right now, right? And I'm always wrong. Spirit always knows what it's doing. And then I have to be reminded that it's 8 billion people on this planet. And we're communicating with who knows how many over just 4 groups of choices. So mind my business and read the cards. And so I was like, okay. I think that it's beautiful because I personally have been at like the Pinterland of wanting, accepting, being in denial about, and then a realization when it comes to marriage, twin flames, past lives, relationships, forever people. And if you do that, going through like this spiritual initiation or even a philosophical path, if one of self-enlightenment and self-care, It's probably not as the same, but kind of similar. Um, but you think about it, it's like detachment is so important when it comes to those that have significant paths and purpose on the planet. And a lot of the journey could be learning the lessons, developing the experiences, or shedding past energies to do like the transmutation thing. You don't always have the perfect partner to do that with that won't hold you back, distract you, or take you off path. And there's no guarantee that I'm gonna do all the work and then meet the perfect person who's just like me on the same soul path doing the same thing. However, you may have that, and I think that that's cool. Where the Empress represents a wife, and the Hierophant is the facilitator of marriage. So it's kind of like the First Lady. I don't feel that some of you, or all of you specifically, have a religious or spiritual forever person, but you could. So I don't want to leave that out. Someone that, if it's not you, being connected to someone who has strong religious purpose or background. But I also saw that the Hierophant is archetype of a person. I'm trying to say this nicely, where you could have the perfect wife, the perfect person is your forever person because they're just perfect. That could be you. Like, you're just great the way you are, and you're perfect for this person. But the only thing that I kind of dislike about it is that the Hierophant, you'll never be like number one because God or spirit or the theology is number one. Possibly why we got the star at the bottom of the deck. In addition to that, the shadow energy of the Bardo says that if there's this do as I say, not as I do type deal, it is unfortunate. And this is why I was like, Spirit, why, what are we doing? This is, I like, I'm a upbeat kind of, we moving and shaking over here, but the vibe check is like questionable that I have to go on here and tell somebody that, well, you could be the forever person to someone who is just, do as I say, and you're perfect for that. And you may like that, so I have to mind my business. You could be a healer, and also have like a spiritual path, but not isolated and dedicated to a group. It's just like an individual energy that you carry, and I think that that's cool. Now that I said that, because it's like I don't want to have that conversation. So now that I said that, we'll get into your card interpretations and your crystals. The carnelian is a stone of courage, vitality, and the root chakra, which is interesting because like most monks, spiritual people, and the Hierophant, they don't even teach or get into the taboo of the lower chakras. So that's crazy. Maybe you're coming out of that and your forever person is like totally opposite, of what the root chakra and like bloodlines and ancestral connections represent. It also is an activation of the creative womb of life. You have the Empress with the star over here, which is cool. It's a fiery warmth that pairs beautifully with the group's theme and ending, beginnings and rebirth. Now the Bardo card represents the space between, the in-between, the state after death but before rebirth. It's a liminal field where souls process, heal, and prepare for what's next. According to the wild unknown archetypes, the Bardo is not to be feared. It's a sacred state of transition where the soul passes through the shimmer of infinite possibilities. It is not a destination but a threshold. So I did include in the introduction and description that some may have a passed on loved one, but is still walking the journey with you and even watching you through birds, or sending you little messages or little things to help you know that they're there, because you do have the Emperor on the other side with the Chariot. And both of these are strong, like religious cards. If you see it that way, you don't have to. But the Hierophant, of course, is a deeply spiritual card. And the Chariot is known as like the throne or the vehicle of God type deal. And it's over there with the Empress and the Ankh. I'm sorry, the Emperor and the Ankh. So one could be, having a different lifestyle, and the other kind of like in motion, going along the journey to maybe release themselves of the restraint of the Hierophant, right? So somebody's still restrained and somebody has a purpose of releasing themselves of it. And then what? That you think they could come save you, right? But if I don't mean to be disrespectful, if you feel like, no, my beliefs are my beliefs, I don't want that, that may be why the carnelian is right there. And it does have the red as well as the orange for like the sacral and the root chakra. Another thing is this reminds me of a different version of the Ten of Cups, where the Ten of Cups shows the spiritual aspect of the cords and connections and the lifetimes that we have. The Bardo is giving me the past, but still, how all those cups surround us and all those cords surround us in the wild unknown, if you're familiar with it. I think if you looked at what I think the Agape, I think that was group 2, how it had the lines and the connections. The Ten of Cups kind of has that feel to it in the wild unknown. So it's like, yeah, if you would kind of just have to like be a wild unknown user. So I don't want to bore you. At any rate, now this group feels like it involves a connection to someone who may have passed on or who is in service to spirit, monks, healers, mediums, guardians. An oath, vow, or soul contract made in a previous incarnation or beyond this dimension. A divine re-encounter guided by love that transcends flesh and time. And it has a strong Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Aquarius influence. I know that's a lot, right? But it's maybe a lot of you guys. I'm hoping for it. The professions here, your person could be a teacher, and some of you could be teachers, spiritual advisors, doulas, hospice workers, mystics, psychologists, and caretakers. Both individuals in this pairing likely walk a spiritual or service-oriented path, one that merges earth and star. So I think that that's super cool. Now, for the major arcana, both major arcana cards to be the first cards that come out after the Bardo. Divine Feminine, she's the nurturer, creator, and the life giver, where the Hierophant, sacred wisdom, spiritual initiation, marriage, tradition, and priestly vows. So together, the two represent divine feminine meeting divine structure, like a nun or something like that. So that's why I was like, Spirit, we talking about forever people. So how we got a group that is dedicated to you? We talking about forever persons. You can have these people block me because they're gonna be like, I don't have a forever person. You mean I'm just married to spirit? Boo hoo. But that's negative. Some people may have accepted that, signed up for it, and I can't negate that fact or go against what spirit wants to talk about. So yeah, group 4 is like that deep, but it's a sacred union, physical or spiritual, in marriage. It could be happening in the astral or through dreams. One or both of you may have taken a soul vow to reunite regardless of how many lifetimes it would take. Now that's hell. Excuse my French. But just imagine saying, I vow endlessly to reincarnate with you no matter how many lifetimes it takes for us to be together. Because y'all could be neighbors one lifetime, parent, child, the next lifetime, enemies one lifetime, married to different people, side baby in one lifetime, both in spiritual paths and not wanting to break your bond with the Lord, So that's 50 lifetimes. And you done vowed to. I'm not trying to be in y'all business, but that sound like you would also come up in probably some of the other readings. So I would listen to group 1, 2, and 3, because there had to have been some lifetimes of it feeling like a trauma bond, a karmic bond, you know what I mean? So I'm like, Jesus. But you do have the Ace of Cups here. And it does talk about some sort of inheritance for some of you and patience, past efforts being rewarded, and stability in marriage coming to you. So that's like a personal message. Maybe you feel, child, that your soulmate must be dead and gone. And then, my apologies if you have a partner that may have passed, and, I make it sound like it's cakewalk. But there are another opportunity for stability in marriage that is sent and divinely guided and probably even approved, by the passed on loved ones. Because you have a vow with this person coming in. You may not have had the same spiritual connection with someone that you've already experienced. So, with the Six of Pentacles, we have reciprocity and karmic balance. The Ace of Cups, overflow, love, emotional healing, spiritual cleansing. With the Star, we have hope, divine guidance, and spiritual fulfillment after hardship. Now, this love is divinely given. It heals. It returns balance to your life. The Star being at the bottom of the deck uncovers and underscores that this love is written in the stars. And I love that at the bottom right here, it's like the the 7 of Pentacles are on a tree. In the 4 of Pentacles, the girl like snaps her finger and it's like the stars come off the tree. And then they get busy. And then she learns how to control them. And all of it is like a lot, So there even may be children involved, or you guys have, met in early childhood. They could see you as the Empress. Like you are the one. They know that whether you're together or not. But with the Hierophant and in a challenging position, they stubborn. And it would take the golden seed and some sort of divine miracle and the soul path of the elephant here to get this thing together. Right, so there's that. And speaking of the elephant, it does talk about ancestral wisdom, a divine path, and unstoppable forward motion. I love that cross in the Chariot. The crow represents magic, prophecy, psychic connection, messages from beyond, and then crossing the seal of individuality, authenticity, uniqueness, and integration. You are both old souls, for sure. You walk the earth and stars, and you've agreed to return, to find each other, and to live your vow in the physical realm. The Emperor represents the divine masculine, protector, authoritative of the soul realm, the Chariot, victory through alignment, and spiritual will. The 7 of Pentacles, patience, gestation, and karmic seeds. So you have golden seed and karmic seeds holding a space, sacred containment, a spiritual container for your connection. The character snaps her fingers. It's like, it still got me. Like she got these seeds off this tree, which is crazy. And then their energy, I suppose, and she's learning how to work with it and control it. So I just feel like that's so cool. Your Star Oracle activation sequence cards, the black cards in the center. The seal of identity is card 17, just like the star on the bottom of the deck. And it does talk about uniqueness and integration. So this person awakens a part of you that has always existed but never been claimed. They know your soul and they remember your truth. Now the dimensional planes of perception number 7 is card 79. Path change, paradigm shift, and adjustments. So the elephant, the crow, and the Daughter of Wands here with the Page of Wands, it's like kind of like within the same field. It's not a huge adjustment, like a small adjustment, because it's not like the Ace of Swords, like, cool, this is a big shift, a big change. The little Page of Swords is like a butter knife, it's not steak knife, so the change may not be drastic. The golden seed, number 7, just like the Chariot, you got a lot of 7s. You got the 7 with the Chariot, 17 twice with the star, and then another with the seal of individuality. Then you got the dimensional planes perspective number 7, which is card 79. So it was just a lot of 7s, and I thought that was cool. But it represents wholeness, warmth, well-being. The soul you're connected to is a golden seed in your soul garden, planted in another lifetime. sprouted in this one. So you got the Seven of Pentacles, and then boom comes this Ace of Cups. Now, it's not an ordinary love story. This is a soul vow fulfilled across time and space, a love that never left, a guide who never stopped watching. One or both of you has served in spiritual roles in past lives, and you may have loved each other deeply in a lifetime where you were forced apart due to war, religion, death, or duty. Now the universe has made space again. You're ready to come back to each other, but not just romantically. This is a sacred union. This is divine purpose in human form. You might also see stars or constellations during meaningful conversations, dream meetings, synchronicities, or sudden tears without explanation, a knowing that cannot be denied, like you've come home. Now, this person could be a soulmate in spirit, a divine partner en route, or a powerful teacher or twin flame whose presence initiates your next level. Whatever the label, the vow remains. I will find you again, no matter where or when, and together we will remember. So I definitely appreciate you guys for sitting in. Group 4, I would say that you had the most unique and powerful reading, just because I feel the energy of each of the selections. If this reading moved you, please leave a comment in the box. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And I know all YouTubers say that, but I'm rebuilding my channel after losing millions of views and 2,000 videos, and it would mean a lot to me. Like, even if it didn't resonate, but you were entertained or just want to do a good deed, I'd appreciate it, honestly. And then I'd love for you to stay, of course, and come back to support the rebirth of our sacred space. Tomorrow, for another reading, we go deeply daily, okay? And I should be going live soon, where I will pull cards and answer questions to get to know my collective and let you guys meet me. So thank you for watching. Until next time.